Okay, I thought I'd slap together a little video on this little Harbor Freight trailer that I bought to haul around one of my ATVs. I won't go into a lot of detail about assembling this thing. There's a bunch of them already out there. Just a couple of comments though, between reviews and other videos. The comments that I heard kind of played true. The trailer went together pretty easy. Came in a kit. I got it for about 140 bucks at Harbor Freight with a 20% off coupon. It's got 8-inch wheels and tires. It's about 4 feet long by about 3.5 feet wide. The box is anyway. Couple of things. I definitely believe it's true, the comments that I heard about repacking the bearings. So I bought a bearing packer and really packed them good with good grease. It was just kind of a shipping grease that was in them. It hasn't been on the road yet. Later today we're going to haul an ATV out to do some riding, and I'll tag on the end of this how that went. But the only other thing that needed a little extra help beyond the regular instructions was the ground wire for the lights. Just connecting it to the frame definitely did not get it done. I guess all the painted surfaces, there wasn't a good ground from the tongue back to the lights. So like somebody else did in a review I read, I just got some wire and ran the grounding wire all the way back to the bracket that the light is attached to, and then over to the other one, and now I've got my lights are all fully functional. Otherwise, it seems like a dandy little trailer. So for a bed, I built a platform exactly the size that I needed for my four-wheeler, and it's a little longer than the trailer bed itself, so it'll extend a little bit out over the tongue. I've got the holes drilled there to bolt it in, and it'll extend a little off the back and also hang a little off the side. I notched out a spot here for the fenders. So yesterday I put some wood finish on it to hopefully make this plywood last a little bit, because I will be storing this outside. So we're about to bolt the bed onto the trailer frame, and then we'll come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, I've got the deck of the trailer all bolted on. As you can see, it hangs over on the front here by a little distance. I notched out a 2x4 and then put a 2x4 at the very front as a stop for the front tires of the ATV, and bolted it down to the tongue. And I got tie downs up here to tie the front of the ATV down. And I've got 6 bolts strategically placed down into the frame. Hanging over here just a little bit to give me a little extra width. On the back, I've got tie downs here for the back of the ATV, and again I'm hanging off about 8 inches off the back. Plywood fits pretty handily between the tail lights. I went about as wide as I could. Again, notched out for the fenders just to give me a little extra width. So this should work out pretty well. I figure it's small enough that it might be a handy little trailer around the yard for utility things behind the garden tractor or the ATV. I may build a box that'll sit on top of this to haul, I don't know, topsoil or lumber or anything else around that I want to. But it's a nice lightweight trailer. So next step will be hooking it up to the truck and loading the ATV on it. I'll come back and show you what it looks like with the ATV on and all tied down. We'll go from there. Thanks. Okay, we're all loaded up on this little trailer that we put together. Hooked up to my truck. Try as I might, I wasn't able to figure out a way to fit both the four-wheeler and the three-wheeler in the back of my truck. But the nice thing is the three-wheeler fits in without taking off the tonneau cover, because that's not too bad, but it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. So I can just fold up the tonneau cover. Three-wheeler sits in there nicely, and then this little trailer hopefully will tow the four-wheeler with no trouble. Fits perfect. Like I said, I measured it specifically for it. Tie downs in all 4 corners. Got a set of ramps here that allow me to load it by myself. Actually, this configuration I can load the whole thing by myself. The three-wheeler is fairly easy to throw the front end up and then the back, it's kind of light, into the truck, and then I can drive the four-wheeler right up the ramps onto the trailer, so I can actually load this myself. When my son and I are out together, we probably could go out without even the ramps, because two able-bodied guys could pick up the front end onto the trailer, roll it forward, pick up the back end, probably wouldn't even need the ramps. It sits nice and low to the ground. So it's kind of a short tongue, especially with the extension that I made, but I swiveled it all the way around, and it, I mean, I'd really have to what's the word I'm looking for? Jackknife this thing to get into any trouble. So this will be our first voyage. Hopefully it'll haul us out to where we want to ride with no problem. I'll do a little follow-up, tag it on the end of this video just to let you know how the trip went. Okay, so yeah, we're home now from our little excursion, and we did about round trip about 120 miles, about 60 miles each way, and she rode back here pretty good. So we will unload her here.